Hey guys, this is Derek with Knock and Stock, and this video is over a year in the making. So, this is my buck from 2017. If you want the whole story on him, you can go check out the video. It's my 2017 archery buck. Long story short, I shot the wrong buck. Anyway, there is a myth, a rumor, a legend that if you do not need to shoot these velvet horns with formaldehyde or any kind of preservative solution. What you can do, this is a rumor, you can freeze it for a year or more and it is just as good as shooting it with formaldehyde. So we're going to find out once and for all. So what we're going to do, this buck has been sitting in my freezer since August of 2017. It's now October 2018, so over a year. So we're going to find out if preserving the velvet by freezing is just as good as shooting it with formaldehyde. Now some of you might know formaldehyde is a nasty chemical that a lot of taxidermists are going away from because it's so bad and it stinks and it's just nasty stuff, guys. So anyway, we're going to find out if freezing your velvet horns will preserve it. So just like any other Euro mount, we're going to European mount this buck and see how long he lasts. See if it starts to strip, see if it starts to fall out. I just don't know. So we're going to find out. I've talked to a couple of taxidermists. They say yes, it does work. So I guess we'll find out. I couldn't find anything on YouTube about freezing velvet, so we're going to see if it works. All you need to do is you need a burner. Obviously, you need to boil the water. So when you get this water hot, bring it to a boil, and then back it off. You don't want to cook the skull because then it will it'll be soft and brittle, and you can break it. All we're trying to do is cook the meat out of it. My pot's a little small, but pretty sure that buck head is gonna shrink in a minute, and I might break the nose off anyway. I like that kind of look, and the nose is gone, so he'll fit in a minute. Other thing you need is baking soda and water, and that's it. When I bleach the skull, I just use a peroxide mix. You can get like a $2 hair dye kit at Walmart. It works great. I've done a couple of skulls like that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Stick around with us. We're gonna find out if this is gonna do it or not. Alright guys, I decided to change it up. I got a bigger pot. I think I'm gonna try and keep the nose on it because it's still in pretty good shape. So I'm gonna yeah, I'll try this again. So I might have to get something to block the wind so I can boil this water, but hopefully it'll just boil it. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, went to a bigger pot, mixed in my baking soda, obviously. Just mix that in. I put about a cup in, stir it up, make sure you get it nice and mixed in there. The water should turn white. And then bring that to a boil. Get it nice and hot. You can put salt in it too if you want. I've heard some people like that. And then you might have to change the water twice, maybe 3 times. Maybe just once or twice. Anyways, bring that to a boil and then back it off to a simmer, and then put the head in there, and the water does most of itself. So this might be a little graphic. So you don't need to take the eyes out. The water's going to do that for you. So skin the face. Alright guys, we're close now at about 40 minutes, 30-40 minutes. So the bubble is normal. What that is the baking soda working, and it's also the fat and meat being cooked off the skull. So don't worry about that. If it bubbles over a little bit, don't worry about it. Just as long as it bubbles and drips, it's not getting on your flame. And then just keep an eye on it and add water if necessary. That's pretty much it. Just let it soak. It's getting there. I just picked it up. How will you pick it up again? So you kind of see it starting to turn white. Starting to cook a little bit. Those eyes will fall out on their own pretty much. You might have to help it a little bit. So we'll let it cook a little bit longer, and then we'll try and make some adjustments. Get the back of the skull hitting water. You see it's kind of red up there. It hasn't been cooked yet. After that, we'll we'll try and work on it a little bit with a screwdriver. That's pretty much it. You can use a wire brush, that's really quick and easy, but don't ever reuse that wire brush for anything else. Throw it away. So if you got a wire brush you don't care about, that's definitely a good way to remove some of that flesh. But anyways, we'll be back in a little bit. Try again. Alright guys, it's been about an hour now, and that's usually pretty good amount of time. It's a good amount to start with. Like I said, it's going to a simmer, no boiling. And I just picked the head out, and that's pretty much what it's going to start looking like. You see the meat starting to come off the head. Those are the eyes right there. What we're going to do now is I'm going to tilt the head just a little bit so I can get the back of the skull and do the brain a little bit more. You can take the brains out first if you want to. I haven't noticed a difference either way. I think it's a little easier if you do scramble it first and then boil it, but it's up to you. Like I said, this really isn't a how-to video. This is how I do it. It's how I've always done it. It works great. What this video is for is to see if this velvet right here is going to last without formaldehyde or any preservative solution inside of it. So anyway, we're going to just keep on going, guys. Now we can take your knife and your screwdriver and scrape at it, pull all that stuff off, and yeah. I'm sure there's lots of YouTube videos if you guys want to learn how to professionally Euro mount a deer. There's no rocket science, guys. It's easy. Water is your #1 ingredient, and baking soda works really well. Also, borax works good. OxyClean works good. It's pretty much the same thing. Whatever your degreaser you're going to use, just be generous with it. Use a lot, and yeah, we're going to get to scraping now. Alright guys, it's been in there for about 2 hours now. As you can see, most of the meat is falling off of it. The eyes have sunk back in its head. Bottom part of the mouth is about to come off. And yeah, we're just going to let it cool down for a minute and before I can handle it. And we're going to go to work on it with some long nose, needle nose pliers, pocket knife, maybe a screwdriver, and yeah. Just work on it, pick at it, you know, get all the stuff off of it as much as we can. And then, depending on how it looks, we might throw it back in. I put some more water on there. We'll let it boil up, get hot, and it might go back in there. I don't know. We'll have to see how it looks when we're done picking at it. And if I think it's good, then we'll let it cool off all the way, and then we'll finish cutting some of the hair off the bottom of the horns right there. I didn't quite get it when I skinned the face, but that's alright. It comes off easier after it's boiled anyways. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys have a look at it when I'm done picking at it, and hopefully you guys are enjoying this video so far. Alright guys, there you go. So that's it so far. Obviously we got most of it out. Most of the nasal passages way we got out. Eyeballs obviously came out. A little bit of meat left on the back, and that's because it can't get in the water very well. So I got the smaller pan back out. We're gonna get that nice and hot, and we're gonna boil him kind of upside down a little bit, and then that should be pretty close to being done. But yeah, just work at it. I don't need to show you guys how to remove meat from bone. It just takes time. If you're having a hard time getting it off, that means you're not cooking it long enough. That's why that back piece is, you can still kind of see the meat still red. You can see the meat is still red. You can't, but yeah, it's getting close, guys. Like I said, we're going to throw it back in the water. But the stuff that's still not cooked, that's why it won't come off. But yeah, most of it is done with this little pliers and a pocket knife. We'll get the hair off the next round. But yeah, hope you guys are enjoying. Alright guys, we're cooking the back side of him now. It's bubbling a little bit. I'll turn it down here in just a second. We're coming right along. So, he's been in there about 2 hours. I've been running around doing all my chores and stuff. Had him out twice, scraped him a little bit, put him back in, you know. Just work at it. You don't have to sit here and babysit him all day long. But the more flesh you get off, the better. And you should get every bit off, or else it's going to stink up your house. Your wife's going to be mad. Also, don't use, when your wife's nice pots or pans, This one you guys might recognize. This pan is from like my bear baiting days. I used to melt marshmallows and stuff, so I just use that. A good place to look is you can go to DI's or a thrift store of some kind, and you can usually find a pretty decent one right there. You want one deep. Sure, it'd be a good idea if someone would custom make and like market like a deer boiling pot, like a skull shaped kind of pot that's deep. Maybe it's got a locker in it. You can lock the skull down. Anyway, some ideas. You guys let me know if you find anything like that. And then lastly, this is what I used to color it, to bleach it. So this was like, I got it at Walmart in the clearance aisle, and it was like $1.20 something, super cheap. Anyways, you just want to get a blonde color, obviously, and what you're doing is using the peroxide inside, and that's it. It's easy. I found this to be the cheapest and easiest way to do it. Obviously, it's only good for like one skull, so if you've got more than one, you might want to look at a different option. Or I know guys who like do this like as a job or on the side, and they'll do like 15 skulls a week or even a day. So that's gonna be a little different. You're gonna probably want a jug of hydrogen peroxide. You could also get that at salons and stuff. But for one skull application, this is all you need. Cheap, it works great. I'll have to show you some other skulls I've done. But once all the meat's gone off this head, and then we'll mix this up and put it on there. And the wider you want is how, depending on how white you want the skull to be, is how long you leave the peroxide on it. So yeah, we'll get to that guy in a little bit, guys. Super easy, just follow the instructions, just like you're going to bleach your hair. You mix these two chemicals together, shake it up in a bottle, and then that's it. And then you pour it all over the skull and let it sit. And then it helps if you wrap it in plastic too. But I'll show you all that in a minute. It just took some work, guys. Just boil it, scrape it, and that's it. Nothing fancy. And then we'll put the peroxide on here in just a second. I might let it dry. You want it to be completely dry before you do that. So I might just do it tomorrow. But we'll continue this saga of will the velvet last. So stand by, guys, and hopefully me and Eddie will be able to show you guys if it works or not. We don't know. What do you think, Miss Eddie? What do you think? You don't know? You don't care? You just like eating the leaves? Hey guys, so it's day 2 of this little project. Try to fix that. So we had a problem. Left my head out here to drip dry after I kind of sprayed off the little pieces off of it. I had to go do some stuff uptown. Came back and my dog had found my head. So we're gonna do a dog skull next. I'm just kidding. But she trashed this skull. I'll show you guys what it looks like in a second. Just a reminder, do not let your dogs anywhere near the skull. It's kind of my fault. I left it where she could get it. I didn't think she'd bother it since I took everything out and off of it, but apparently she did. And you think I'd learn from my mistakes, because this has happened before with my dad's dog. Anyway, so we're still going to go with the plan. She didn't hurt the velvet, which was the whole idea about this video. Will velvet stay if frozen for a year? And that was the plan. So we don't really care about the skull so much, but I did want to go ahead and show you. She pretty much trashed it. I'm not very happy with her. She's in deep trouble. So yeah, if anybody wants a dog, give me a call. Just kidding. She's my dog. And I do like her. She's blood trained. She can point. I don't know where she is. Anyway. But yeah, let's get to the bleaching.